is. But in the meantime, I'm going to bring up our next act, who is another very talented comedian. I want you to clap it up for the very funny Mr. Royce Emily, everybody. Clap it up for him.
Thanks, John. My name is Royce. I'm also known as Royce by choice, and I come here every Thursday night. And I have a problem with Mike. Not that Mike, this Mike. I found out last week that he's been I come here and I tell him all my personal things and jokes, and I just found out last week that he's been broadcasting it to everybody. Yeah, after my set last week, I went out back and there was a guy telling one of my jokes. I mean, I tell you these things as a friend. And then you go and tell everybody else. I mean, Mike, this is Mike Jr., right? One of yours? Please speak to him. Bill Gates was going to help out Trump and had an extra $5 billion to build his wall, but he wanted windows in it. Last week that joke when I went out back, here's this guy laughing his head off, and I said, "What's the joke?" He said, "It was yours." I said, "Who told you?" He said, "The mic." So this is the mic. Anyhow, it was that a guy said to his wife, "Did you see what I got in the mail?" She said, "No." He said, "I got my Olympic condoms." He says, "And tonight I'm going to wear the gold." She says, "Why don't you wear the silver and come second for a change?" Let's see. Ladies, do you know why your husbands love fishing? Yeah, I discovered this the other day when I was out on the pier. It's the only time they ever hear somebody say, "Wow, that's a big one." Let's see what I wrote tonight. I think I brought the wrong joke. Shit. I have so many in my back pockets, Let's see. Any on here I haven't said. Well, I know one. Should be back here. No, it isn't. I was watching Dr. Phil conduct a therapy session for 4 young mothers with their children. And he said, "You all have obsessions." To the first mother, he said, "You're obsessed with eating. You've even named your daughter Candy." He said, and the second one, he turned to the second one and he said, "You're obsessed with money. Again, it manifests itself in the name. You called your daughter Penny." He turned to the third one. He said, "You're obsessed with alcohol. You went and called your daughter Brandy." At this point, the fourth mother gets up and she starts working away, but I heard her say to her little boy, "Come on, Dick, we're getting out of here." This couple met at a nightclub, and they really got on together, and she invited him back to his place. And when they arrived, she dragged him through the house right to the bedroom. And he noticed that there were lots of stuffed animals in the bedroom, neatly arranged. There was a bookcase, and on the top, she had large stuffed animals, and then the next size on the next level, all down to the bottom where there was small little stuffed animals. Anyhow, they got, as they usually do, and they had sex, and he said after sex, "Well, how was it?" She said, "Well, you can take anything you want off the bottom shelf. You know what a real man considers a 7-course meal? It's a hot dog and a 6-pack. What do blondes and beer bottles have in common? Well, I've heard that they're empty from the neck up. It's an old joke. I'm an old guy, you know, and I can't help myself. I mean, at my age, I don't eat organic foods. I like processed foods because I need all the preservatives I can get, you know. And I don't eat natural foods because I read that 80% of the population dies from natural causes, you know. A husband walks into the bedroom holding 2 aspirin and a glass of water. His wife asks, "What's that for?" He says, "It's for your headache." She says, "I don't have a headache." He replies, "Gotcha." Hell. I didn't bring the right sheet. I'm in trouble. John, will you flash that light at me, please? Oh, I have to go. Good evening.
One more time for Royce, everybody. Clap it up for him.